All right, good deal, yes? Awesome, good deal. All right, we're live. All right, we're on, you guys are on the World Wide Web right now. Did you know that? Put them on here, put the picture over here. World Wide Web, here we go. See it? Smile for the world. All right, there you go. You never know, people in Bangladesh are watching us now. All right? And they're all your personal assistants that you're paying $2 an hour to. I know you guys. All right, I got it. I know how you guys work to get things done. Fiverr. I'm telling you, lots of Fiverr. Hey, we're going to be fast today because we've got a little different. How many of you guys have been to our safety meeting before? Okay, cool, awesome. There's a different group here. All right, you didn't look the same as the guys that came in last time, did you?
We're a bit browner than
They're perfect. This guy's funny already. He already sold me 3 to door stops. Yeah, well, what an easy sale. I came in and said, I need 3 door stops, right?
That was easy.
That was it. That's the easy sale you've had today.
I keep telling you, I don't do sales. I buy needs.
There you go. There you go. He's a need-based seller, so that's awesome. He's a consultant. Anyway, you're going to love, because I was just telling somebody, you're going to burn through 3 shredders after you hear them talk, because you can learn how to shred everything that comes to your mailbox. Everything. Trust me. All right, and they've come for like 4 or 5 years now, and it's amazing what's there. Plus, I could sell all this stuff. This thing right here, perfect to hold for your, and keep it in your car. It's a flashlight. Go down to how many feet deep?
15.
15 feet deep in water, so you can get yourself out. All right, this thing right here, bam, will break the windshield. So if you're underwater, you can get out. And check this. Pull that. Lay there. Cut your. I got these in all of our cars. All right, perfect. These things work. You see these? These door stops are incredible. I just bought 3 more of them.
Yes, you did.
All right. Anybody that travels, they go underneath your door when you're traveling in a hotel room. Set it. If anybody opens that door, kicks it in, pushes that lever down. High-pitched alarm goes off and they go running. I'm telling you, incredible stuff. You're going to want to buy all this stuff anyway.
Talk about the pepper spray. Talk about the pepper spray.
Well, you know what? I got this big daddy, all right here. But he's going to tell you about how the pepper spray you have currently off the shelf. Is very impotent. I say that very carefully around here. Okay. All right. Does not do its job, and it's probably expired.
Yes.
All right. Most people are carrying around expired stuff. So anyway, I don't want to steal any more of his thunder, but he's going to come back here in a little bit to let us go. I've got a little bit. I got to be in Orlando by noon. So I'm going to introduce the meeting, get around to see our vendors, and I'm not going to get to watch. Plus, he's going to cover some stuff that they don't normally cover on active shooter issues, and I can't wait to hear that, so I'm going to watch the replay later on to see it when I'm back. So that being said, our vendors, okay, we got to be fast today so we can get everybody through, and we'll roll. Jerry, how are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Future Home Realty. My name is Jerry Papa. I'm the broker owner of Gulfview Realty Property Management. And I just wanted to mention to you that this past week in the Florida in FAR, their weekly broadcasts of different things, it talks about rents and how they are continuing to significantly increase. It talks about the national average is 2% from last year to this year. However, in the top 10 in Florida, Hollywood is number 1 at 8.5% since last year, and Miami is all the way at the bottom at 2.5%, but we already know that they were way out of line anyhow.
These are increases in rents year over year?
Yes. Tampa comes in at number 4 at 5.5% increase in rent over the last 12 months. This is pretty significant, and of course, this falls hand in hand with regards to when you're working with your investors and or if you have personal properties with regards to applicable rents. I'm not going to go really into this, but we can make it available if you haven't already seen it. This just was out yesterday, and it is from FAR, and it talks about paragraph 8 and the contract, and talks about the difference between 8A and 8B and the misconception and misunderstanding that many traditional realtors have, as well as owners and or buyers, with regards to who pays what and who's at risk with regards to losing their security deposits. But we'll let a traditional broker talk about that instead of a non-traditional broker. The last thing I want to mention is in our continuing series of seminars at the Peninsula Real Estate Organization at PRO, this is our next one put on by the Lease and Property Management Council, which I'm a member of. It is called Investments, Making the Numbers Work. This is coming up on Thursday, June the 14th. It's $15 to attend. It includes breakfast. And this is really we're gearing this towards, do you work with investors? Do you know how to crunch the numbers to determine what is your return for your owner and what can they expect on their investments? Are foreign investors your area of focus? Do you understand the tax ramifications our foreign clients could encounter with income producing properties, et cetera? If you work with foreign investors and or you want to know more about how to make the numbers work, this is going to be a great seminar at Pro. I would really encourage you to come. And it doesn't matter whether you're a member of Pro or any other real estate board. Go on their website and make yourself a reservation. That's coming up next week.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. All right, good deal. Property management, all right. By the way, we're making some changes. You're going to be seeing an email come out. Those of you who are doing property management, you got an email from me already telling you, basically saying, here's the way we're going to do it. And I have a long list of about 12 things that you probably aren't going to want to comply with, which is my idea to try and drive you out of that and to refer it to other people like Jerry. All right, because it's just the only reason you do property management generally is so that you can maintain the relationship so you get to sale when they're ready to sell. That's fantastic. All right, Jerry takes care of that. He's not affiliated with our company, but just as a preferred vendor, if you will, somebody I trust that will refer the business back to you once 2 years from now they say, hey, look, I no longer want to rent this place out. By the way, do you crunch the numbers? I teach a class that's on our FHR University called Speak the Language of an Investor. Goes right through everything you need to know about cap rate, ROI, and everything else that's included. I do not cover FERPTA, so you might want to jump on that class to make sure you understand that stuff. Cool? We're going to come back to David, so David gets special time at the end. So, Brian, how are you, bro?
I am doing wonderful.
Good.
How about yourself?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Brian Brown, Older Public Home Warranty. I really don't have much to say today, but I just want to thank you guys for being my #1 office.
Awesome.
Also, I looked up to see how much we've saved your clients in the first 6 months of the year, and we have spent $111,000 repairing your stuff in the first 6 months from Future Home.
That's awesome.
So just so you know, that would have been something you guys might have got involved in, and hopefully you didn't have to because we took care of it. And the next thing is, I just want to remind you
How much in premiums did our people pay you?
I didn't look that up.
Okay. That's all right. Just want to know. Are we profitable for your company or not? All right? Are we costing
you are profitable because you're under 100. You're under. I think your loss ratio is like 63%.
Okay, good deal. So obviously,
So we would like it to be about
divide
50,
that number by 0.37.
We'd like to be about 55%.
Okay,
Yeah, something
all
like
right,
that.
all right,
So-
good deal.
And then the other thing is just to remind you that Freon goes away in 18 months. So warranties are a good thing to do. And the other thing is all about coverage, not about price. And we're the only A+ rated home warranty company in Florida.
Awesome.
I'm done.
I don't know. There are other home warranty companies, period. Were there?
There isn't.
All right, there you go. Awesome.
But we're still.
That's good. Sarah, you know who Sarah does? Sarah brings our hard-boiled eggs to us. Did you know that? Give Sarah a hand. All right? How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, good. Tell us what you do.
What don't I do?
Yeah, what don't I do? See?
I'm Sarah Hash with Equity National Title. I bring in business, but mostly I help you guys grow your business. And I bring hard-boiled eggs because if we feed ourselves right, we're nutritioned.
That's right.
And we perform better.
Food is fuel. Right?
is fuel.
So we got to put what we got to watch. Now, again, I do bring donuts and bagels. I don't partake of them, all right, because I'm not allowed to, all right, because this video might get back to Jeanette sometime, all right? Actually, I saw some cream cheese on yours, all right? So that being said, though, and I get thrown out of this room if I didn't bring bagels and donuts, but if you come to 100K, we don't do that because,
when we eat good, we feel good,
There
we
you go.
perform better, and we sell more.
There you go. Because we feel, you know what? People are attracted and want to do business with me when my pants fit. Right? I just found that to be, because you know what? I feel better about myself when my pants fit. Right? So that's what we do. All right? So what does that have to do with title? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
But everything because...
Everything because we're in sales and we're in a people business and we want to make people feel good and happy.
Sarah does a fantastic job of coaching some of our agents. Free charge. It's an amazing thing what she does. She does one-on-one coaching. Who's a one-on-one? Okay, yes, awesome. If you're able to get some time with Sarah, I would highly recommend it. And what does she do it? She does it because she's part of the generosity generation where she gives massive value first. And then when you go get 18 deals this month, hey, I should probably give some of those deals to Sarah because I have 18 deals that I didn't have. All right? So, perfect. Awesome.
Thank you.
Good deal. Great. And thanks for the eggs.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal. Awesome. Francine.
Ouch.
You know what Francine's claim to fame is? She has me no longer buying Granny Smith apples, but Honey Crisps.
Oh my God.
Those
High
are,
five to Honey
I'm
Crisp.
telling you, I have one in my car
It's
right
like
now.
an apple and apple juice at the same time.
Have a napkin.
Have a napkin.
All right, because I'm telling you, they are juicy and good. So Honey Crisps are the winner. So thank you for that recommendation. All right,
Welcome.
awesome. Good
You're
deal.
welcome. Good morning, Francine Vila, American Bank Shares Mortgage. And I just wanted to see a raise of hands. Who in the room knows or has been playing around or using listing reports? I love it. So that's a new service on MLS for the agents. I met with one of your agents last week who thought they had to pay for that, and it's free for the realtors, and it is flyers and marketing and a huge tool to use for your selling.
What's it called?
Listing reports for your
Listing
selling
reports.
appointments. And we're going to become an expert at it and bring some trainers to show you this free tool that no one's using, and also rate plugs. So stay tuned. That's
Awesome.
all. Thank you.
Great.
Rate plug.
Right.
Those are two free tools on MLS that hardly any realtors even, it's not broadcasted, so you have to kind of go find it.
Right.
It's amazing.
Awesome. Good deal. All right. And remember our vendor partners. Any other vendors in the room that I'm missing? Cool. All right. Okay. Remember our vendor partners are just that. There are no affiliates here. We don't co-own any businesses. I get no monetary benefit from these companies. These are just trusted resources for us. My job is to bring a buffet to the table, all right, and then let you choose from who you best deem would help you build your business. The only caveat I have is that for them to be able to get access to you, right, they have to bring value to you. It's not just, hey, look, let me bring a box of donuts and a rate sheet and expect you to use me as your more preferred mortgage person, right? Let me actually help you build your business. By the way, the vendors, we talk about the best line ever for a vendor that's looking to get business from a realtor, all right? Hey, yeah. Okay, I know you know it. Okay, Bobby Joe Justice, we got to give her credit where credit's due, right? So you're walking in and Francine says, hey, you know what, Francine, I love it. I love everything you do, but you know what? I already got my preferred. I've been working with them for years. You know what Francine says? Hey, Nick, I get that. I don't want that business. I want the new business that I'm going to help you get on top of the business you're already doing, right? How do they say no to that? I mean, how does a realtor, you say, wait, in addition to my 4 deals, you're going to add 2 more deals and you want just those 2? Why wouldn't I say yes to that, right? That's just, so free of charge, all right? Don't say I already get everything, all right? You give me Honey Crisp, I give you great lines, all right? Okay? And we're all good, all right? That's the way it works, right? Okay, we all help each other out. So, good deal. David, you ready? Come on up. So David Rankins owns American Patriot Title and is an attorney, the head legal counsel for Greater Tampa Realtors. Get her done. All right. Okay, Greater Tampa Realtors. And David and I have sometimes dialogue a little too much lately. All right. Which means nobody in the room here, but if they were in the room, I'd be putting them in a headlock right now, but that's okay. So David helps us handle some situations as they arise on occasion. But he asked me yesterday what we should talk about,
That's
and
right.
you wanted to cover wire fraud. So why don't you cover that real quickly, and then we have to be done by 10.
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
All right.
Okay.
It's all about protection today. I hadn't thought about this until he said it was all about protection. There was a course that I took right as I got to college. There's a lot of protection ideas. Bob said we wouldn't have time for that today. All right, well, maybe later. All right. Anyway, so cyber fraud. We have just a huge crisis. And here's a quick illustration. Had an next door neighbor who came over and said, David, I know you're in real estate. I had a friend at church who was buying a house. They'd saved up $50,000. They were about 28, 30 years old, and they had $50,000. It's all the money they had in the world, and they had to move out. They had more kids. It was all set. They got an email from their realtor, and it said, okay, we're coming up to the closing. Here are the wiring instructions for the title company, and I want you to go ahead, we talked about it, go ahead and send the money, send the $50,000. So that was done. The wife calls up the realtor and says, well, this, that, and the other, and oh, by the way, we got that email, and we went ahead and sent the $50,000. And he says, wait a minute, I didn't send an email. All right, long and the short is that they lost $50,000. All their planning was gone. And the first thing that I thought of was, wait a minute. How in the world could these people possibly be in a relationship with a realtor and not have spent at least 10 minutes talking about what is cyber fraud. You're going to get emails. Do not respond to those emails. If you get one that looks like it's from me, don't because I am never, and I want everybody to raise their right hand. I'm a future home realtor agent.
I'm a future home realtor agent.
A little more enthusiasm. And I will never be involved in providing wiring instructions to my client. I will never be involved
in
providing
wiring instructions
for my client.
And part of the reason we're doing this is so that when we get hit with it, all right, you can't say I never told you, because this is being recorded, all right? All right, and so Jim, pan the room so we can see everybody who's here, all right? All right. Okay. So they can never claim, I didn't know. All right.
So the bottom line is this, when you have an opportunity to meet them, separate yourselves from the other agents. Say, hey, there are not many agents who are having this discussion, but I care about, however you want to, but you get to the meat of the matter, and that is, hey, cyber fraud is out there. This will happen. This will happen. So when you get an email, nothing less than be very suspect and call and verify who that's coming from. Go on the internet and look up that phone number. Call the phone number of the title company and voice verify. Let's repeat. Say the words voice verify.
Voice verify.
Nothing less. Tell them absolutely nothing less.
By the number you looked up on the internet, not the number that's on the email.
Right.
Right? Are we understanding that? Right. So when you get the number on the email and you call and they say, hello? Yeah, this is good. This is a good routing number. Send now, please. All right? Probably not, ABC Title Company in Wesley Chapel. All right? So just remember that, okay? Go ahead.
So that when, if for some reason this ever happens, well, let's just say it will never happen. Just commit to yourself. This will never happen with anybody that I'm working with, because I am going to teach them. I'm going to school them. I'm going to give them all kinds of examples. I'm going to have them sign this form that Bob requires, and I'm going to use that as an opportunity to discuss all these issues to save them. And all you got to do is tell the story about $50,000 just went gone. All right? Anybody have any questions about that?
Some people have even taken and put it in the bottom of their signature, right? That says, hey, look, you will never receive wiring instructions from me if you have a real estate specific email, all right? Your Aunt Gertie probably doesn't want to see that, right? If you're sending her an email. But unless you're representing Aunt Gertie as a buyer, then you probably want to send that to Aunt Gertie. But that being said, you want to make sure that people, hey, you will never ever receive. So if anybody's going to copy your email, all right, I don't think they're going to put that, hey, look, you'll never receive wiring instructions when they're trying to provide fake wiring instructions, right? So if nothing else, it might look a little different than your typical email and might another point to raise a flag to these people to do it. I'm just telling you, everything chance you get, you have a chance to dialogue with them, because that's a big now, just so you know, if it does happen, let the FBI know before you even call me. Seriously. FBI, you call the FBI, because if it's in 24 hours, they can start reversing wires and tracking things down. Not 100% guaranteed, but a better chance than if you sit there and say, well, I called my uncle who used to have his law, degree back, No. Call the FBI, because they want to know about this cyber fraud, because it's hard to, think about the risk reward, right? Somebody's going to go rob a liquor store, all right, and potentially make 25 bucks, or they're going to put some time and effort into this and make 50 grand. Right? They can be a little more sophisticated. All right? So just be prepared for it. Cool?
When Bonnie and Clyde,
yes.
Clyde Barrow was asked, Clyde, why do you rob banks?
Yeah.
He smiled and he says, that's where the money is.
We're going to rob an ice cream truck?
That's
Holy
right.
smokes, all right, I'm going to rob a bank. All right? That's where I'm going to go. So,
right.
Good deal. All right. Last thing. How many of you would say that 93.6% of the contracts you write or receive are on the FAR bar as is? Yep. Okay. Become very typical right now, right? If you've been around the business as long as I have, right, that the as is had not been the contract of choice for many, many years. We had a regular FAR bar contract that had repair limits, and that was the standard thing. So now, smarter listing agents are shifting away from the as is contract, It's like, what? Why is a smarter listing agent obligating the seller to repairs? Because a smarter listing agent doesn't want a get out of jail free card being held by the buyer. Because that's what it is. You understand that a buyer, and I'll say this even though we're being recorded, a buyer can go out and write 6 offers and go to contract on 6 deals right now as long as they're all as is. As long as they're all as is. Because anytime during that inspection period, I'll just pick and choose and put them all, hey, I like them all equally, put them in a hat. Let's buy 1, 2, 3 Maple's the winner. The others, let's make sure we notify that due to our, at our sole discretion, we've deemed that the property doesn't satisfactorily fit our needs and yada, 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 right? So, all great. Now listing agents are getting smart finally, because I've been trying to preach this for a while, right? And they're insisting that we do things on the regular contract. We just had a situation where regular contract came in, our buyer's agent, all right, somebody was buying it sight unseen, and it inadvertently said, oh, don't worry about it, we can get out of it, right? Well, guess what? Repairs came back with a long list of stuff, all right? Exceeding the repair limit, no problem. That we can get, well, let's read that a little further, right? What happens now? If the seller's willing to repair beyond the repair limit, the buyer doesn't have a right to cancel. So we never make promises about, hey, no problem, we can get out of this thing, right? Just be aware, and David, do you have anything you want to add to, because basically $1,000 repair limit, repairs came in much higher than that. There are some discrepancies. I had to myself dig deeper into the contract to understand that based upon the notice that the repairs exceeded the repair limit, now the seller has 10 days to receive estimates. Once the final estimate is in, then all parties have 5 days to determine what's going to happen. The seller, though, could get the estimates in and decide, I'm fixing everything, and the buyer has no automatic out of the contract like they do on an as-is. So beware that if you're being presented a non-as-is contract, FAR bar regular, if you want to call it that, all right, which has been very irregular recently, I get that, but now people are shifting to it. Understand fully and make no claims and you certainly don't want to write 6 offers and go to contract on 6 of them, all right? Like you do on an as-is, like you can on an as-is because of the get out of jail free card, all right? Anything you want to add to that, or do I have my Juris Doctorate now?
I've got a 5-minute story, but we've only got a minute and a half. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I would just add that I've been called 2 or 3 times by agents saying, well, wait a minute. My buyer, or my seller wants to get out of the contract. Boom, boom. It illustrates the point. People are not appreciating that there is a difference. And so when that contract comes in and you're a seller, make sure you know which one you're dealing with, because, as Bob has illustrated, there is no automatic out. There is no automatic out. You have to go through and take a look at the repair limits, and best thing I can say is you've got to explain that to your seller, that wait a minute, this is a different concept. Let me explain the concept. All right, and
Yep.
the buyer also. So
Everybody's got to be aware. Cool. So just be aware. If it's coming, and again, if I'm a listing agent, I'm probably doing the same thing, right? Especially if I'm a single agent listing agent, which we encourage you to be, all right? And you have a true fiduciary with your client, who's your seller. Hey, look, you want to stop them from getting a get out of jail free card during the inspection period? Or if they insist on the as is, if I'm a listing agent and the people insist on an as is, great, inspection period's 3 days. All right, we're not going to let you hold us over the barrel for 10 or 15 days, all right, while you go shopping for better homes. Okay, because that's exactly what they can do on the as-is. Renee.
I've seen it on the MLS where the listing agent says to use the crisp contract.
Yep. And Tom, I could bring Tom up here and have a discussion about that. But Tom, you put that on 100K and see what Tom replies back with. All right. And the answer is that a listing agent has to present any and all offers that they receive. Period. All right. And unless they have something in writing from the seller, and you could say, hey, look, do you have that in writing? I want to see where your seller has required you to only receive offers, that they only want to see offers on the crisp.
Dated at the time of listing.
Dated exactly, not just, cut and pasted from the time that you decided I asked you for that in writing. Okay? And so the answer is you can present any offer you want, and they have to present it. How do you get proof that it was presented, by the way? Can you insist that they give you a rejection back? Yes. Absolutely, signed rejection. How do you know your offers are presented, right? And by the way, we hear it all the time, hey, they're not responding. Call the broker. If you don't call if the broker doesn't, let me know, I'll call the broker. If the broker still doesn't get them to respond in some meaningful way, all right, then you need to, we can push it up to some of the boards and see if they can put a little fire under them as well, okay? Because your buyer has a right to get a response, right? Now, we all know that expiration of the offer means the offer's expired. It's gone, right? Your buyer's no longer obligated. Sellers know, even if they signed it after the expiration, your buyer could say, sorry, too late, all right? You dated it after I put the, by the way, if you don't put, do we put expiration dates on our offers? Yes. Okay. All right. Put expiration, because if not, you've got an offer hanging out there forever until you rescind it, right? The time for acceptance is infinite unless you rescind it if you don't put a date in there, right? Understand your contract goes to Future Home Realty FHR University. Watch the classes. We've got a ton of stuff on there about the contract. Know your contract. What are the two best things you can do as a three best things you can do to be successful in sales? Be a nice person, okay? Meaning just, you know what? Go be generous and let generosity come flying back at you in massive amounts. All right, that's number one. Number two, know your flipping contract, okay? Like the back of your hand, all right? Like the back of your hand. And number three, what is number three? What's that? Yeah, thank you very much. Good job. You win. What do you get?
I'll drink the rest.
A key to the card. A key to the office. All right? Know how to value property. Go attend an appraisal class. Go learn how to value property well, right? So you have to, if you can do those three things, everything else is ancillary. I'm just telling you, okay? All the CRMs in the world, okay? Here's the other thing. Raise your right hand. I know we're after it. Raise your right hand, okay? Everybody, raise your right hand. What CRM I choose has absolutely nothing to do with my success in real estate. Okay, if you would take the hours you spend investigating your CRMs and researching them and actually just went out and took somebody to coffee and say, hey, how can I help you? All right, you'd be way more successful. Okay, because you know what a CRM is, don't you? It's an Excel spreadsheet. And you know what an Excel spreadsheet is, don't you? It's a spiral notebook with vertical lines. Okay? I sold 100 homes a year with a spiral notebook and vertical lines. Okay? So figure it out. All right? David, thank you. Hey. Appreciate it. All right? Last thing, Mara. Okay? Mara Lee. You guys know Mara? Okay, I've seen Mara around. Mara shifted roles on us a couple different times, not by her choice, but by my choice. But here's what she's back doing. You ready to take on some new business?
Yeah, I can take a couple.
All right, good. Mara is probably the best transaction coordinator you're ever going to have. Why? She knows paperless pipeline. She wrote the paperless pipeline software. No, she didn't, but she knows it, all right? Okay? Okay.
Make some changes.
All right? She knows that stuff. She knows everything. If you're looking for a good transaction coordinator who understands, who obviously is paid by us, so she knows, not paid, we still charge, anyway. You can talk to her about her fees, all right? Amara, what's your best way to contact you?
Contact me at 813-765-8613 or MARALEEFHR@gmail.com.
Mara Lee, FHR. Okay. Is your sister Sarah Lee? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Mara Lee, MARALEEFHR@gmail.com.
That's it.
Cool. Awesome. Very good. All right. Let's get him up. Where'd my sheet go? Doctor, I lost your name.
Oh, wow.
Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, here it is. All right. The professor, Byron D. Rockamore. Come on up. Tell us what you got going. Give him a hand. All right? I can tell he's going to be good already.
You can tell?
I can tell.
You can tell. Usually I might start a pistol to get some attention.
Yeah, that would get you.
Yeah, it usually does.
So I mean, that doesn't.
Since we was doing,
it's not going to carry your voice, but it's just so that they can hear it.
Oh, since we was doing that, I said, no, I'm not going to do that to everybody in the room. I'm scared of the bejesus out of everybody in the room. Because what we're going to do,
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. Isn't he great? He's all over the place, isn't he? Oh. I mean, man, as soon as he saw me, I need 3 of those, 4 of those, 6 of those. I'm like, okay, I like you. I think I like you. I think, okay? Who am I? I'm Professor Byron Demetrius Rockmore with the Crime Prevention Task Force. That's my uncle over there, just holding up space, okay? Yeah, he is.
I missed his name. What'd you call him?
Oh, that's my Uncle Tommy, and he don't like that name, so we'll leave it alone. Mr. Hayes, here rather. Thank you, Mr. Hayes. Thank you for coming. I asked him to help me out. This morning we thought we was gonna have a small group of 50 people, wound up being 200 people, so I'm glad he came with me. And you guys, I love this group, nice, more intimate, so I can deal with this group a lot better than 200 young ladies. We're gonna do this quick. It's a lot of information. We're gonna run through this quick. If you hear me talking fast, because I'm talking fast, okay? And I'm from Brooklyn, so I automatically talk fast. That always happens with me, okay? This is going to be kind of fixed to you guys. You know, guys working in the field, going in and out of homes, going on the road a lot. I just want to tell you what you can do to be safe. We're going to talk about the number one thing going on, which will be identity theft, but we're going to go a jump ahead, and we're going to talk about active shooter stuff. Now, a few people in the room said, I don't need no active shooter training. I don't need no crime prevention training. And I said, well, what do you got? He said, I got my .357 Magnum. I'm not going to even point you out in this room, okay? Let me tell you something. Don't look around. I'm not going to point you out. I ain't going to point you out. Listen, if you have a gun and you carry a gun and you train with your gun, then that's your business. That's your gun, okay? Let me tell you, having a weapon and using a weapon is usually two different things, okay? Anybody in this room ever shot a gun before? Dangerous room, okay? Anybody in this room ever been shot at? See how that cuts down? Let me tell you, when somebody's shooting at you or you have to shoot a gun, this is what happens to your body. Your body does this to you. It lies to you all the time. First thing what happens, your heart does this. Your ears feel like they're gonna pop out of your head, okay? Seriously. Your eyes get watery and your legs turn to jello, okay? Then you have to shoot a gun, okay? When people say, oh, that's easy. If that's easy for you, then let me see the psychiatrist you probably need to talk to, because that's not an easy task for no one, okay? What we're gonna do is tell you with the time going on that everybody in this room needs to be mindful of everything active shooter thing. I'm saying, you can't even go to church, seriously, without order. How many synagogues we did the last 2 weeks? 17. Yeah. If you sit down in the room, it's your job to look around and see where the X is at, okay? You can't sit in the room and when you go to the movies, it's your job to see where the what? How to get out, okay? Every single place you go, and that's not to scare you. A lady came up to me and she tugged me. She's a little thing. She tugged me, and I said, "What's wrong?" She's like, "Well, you scared me." Let me tell you, this is not to scare you. This is to inform you, okay? We usually have my other guy come, Brian McNeil. You've seen him before? Anybody seen him? He jumps out of airplanes, Ranger. He kills generals, all kind of stuff. He's really good, okay? He's really good. But what we're going to do is talk to you about how do you as an individual keep yourself safe, and we're going to do this in 15 minutes. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is an hour to 2 hour long session, just the active shooters alone. We're going to do it in 15 minutes, so you know it's going to be concise, okay? 3 things happen to your body. As soon as something happened, I was going to ask everybody in this room, do y'all know what the 3 F's are? No, let me ask a question. I asked a whole group of young ladies that this morning. I got answers I did not want to know, okay? So, okay, I'm going to tell you what the 3 F's are. Don't answer it. Nobody in this room answered that what the 3 F's are. If something happens to you, your body does 3 things, okay? The first thing your body usually does is freeze, okay? Write that down. And when you get scared and all this goes on, you freeze up. I don't care who you are. Unless you do a lot of training, it takes a lot to overcome that freeze part of your body, okay? And you should talk to your kids about this, what we're talking about too, okay? Next thing that happens is what? Fear. Okay, freezes the fear. Flight is wonderful. Yeah, you take flight, you start to run, okay? And you know what? I'm telling everybody in the room, nothing's wrong with that at all, okay? Seriously, okay? And then if you can't, you fear, you flight, and then you have to what? Fight. We'll talk about that. You know what? I need 3 people to help me out. I need a runner. Okay, even if you got pretty heels on, you can still I just need some participation because we're gonna do this quick. A runner, I need a person to hide from me, and I need a fighter. My runner, give me a runner. Somebody help me out. Come on, quick. I can point you out, but come on, runner, come on, thank you. Can I get a round of applause for my runner? Come on down. Monty Hall, okay? I need a hider. I need somebody to hide from me. Come on, help me out. Hide. Who's a hider? Hider. Come on, somebody help me out. Come on. Thank you. And now I need somebody to fight. Somebody in this room, come on. Somebody, help me out. Let's go, because we can move on.
Mom.
Come on. You can do it, Mom. You can do it, Mom. Come on, Mom. Come on. Who else said that? Where's she? Who's pointing out for me? That young lady in the white and black? Right there? Right. Come on down. I got 2 fighters, okay? So who's the runner? You the runner? Okay. Hide.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hide, right there. Come on, fight right here. You 2 fight right here, okay? Now let me tell you something. Usually we have these nice boring pieces that we do on the way. I go, blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing that to you, okay? But what I need you to do in your mind is to place each person in the category. And when we start giving you those little blips, you need to be writing this down in your head, taking notes, okay? Can we do that real quick? Okay? Now, if something happens, you're the runner, right? If something happens and you will hear a shot, tell me, what are you going to do? I'm not going to do that with a shot. I won't do that in there. No, okay. What do you do? I said run, not hide. No. Get over here. Listen, I don't care. When you hear a shot, the first thing you need to do is what? Run. He said what? He said throw your shoes off, okay? Okay. I don't know, brother. I don't think they're throwing their shoes off, okay? You need to run, okay? Next time you hear something, I need you to show me you moving expeditiously. Run. Okay, boom, stop. Where's your phone? And she left it right there. You know, 90% of the times when somebody hears a shot and they start to run, you know what they still do? They go get their phone. Okay? Yes, they go get their phone. Okay, they don't want to leave their phone. Let me tell you, your phone can't stop a bullet. Your phone doesn't have an invisible force shield, what I was told the other day that it doesn't have. Seriously, so, shut up. Yeah, somebody told me their phone has I ain't gonna even go there. Run. Okay, now you're running and you're coming out, right? And your hands is up, the police officer is there. What do you do? Huh? What do you do?
I wouldn't be able to move on.
She said she wouldn't be able to move, but we need you to move, okay? At that point in time, I need her to follow instructions. I need her to do what they tell me to do. I need her to, if I say A, B, C, she needs to do what? A, B, C, and D. She needs to do that, okay? I was talking to a brother the other day, and I said, the cops come out, what are you going to do? He said, I'm not going to do nothing in my new suit. Okay, then you're just going to be all bulleted up, okay? Because remember, the police officer is just as nervous as you are, okay? Now, one thing about running, I got to tell everybody in this room, when you're running, people are going to try to stop you. What's going on? What's happening? Trying to grab your arm. You know what? You go. People don't understand the significance of a run. If a shot is there, we're running out this door. We're not going to the door, we're running out this door, because then it saves half of the people in this room by not staying in one place. Do everybody understand that, okay? Thank you, run. Bye. Thank you. Now, we can't run. Good job. Now you can't run, okay? Your body doesn't move that fast. You were so scared, now the person is almost at the door. Now you have to hide. What are we gonna do? We're all in this room together. What are we doing?
I'm gonna hide over there.
You're gonna hide over there. Forget all of us, right? Okay. You're the leader. Tell us what we're doing.
I would tell them to flip the tables over and hide behind the tables.
Okay, I like that.
Is that good?
Okay, wait. No, you're halfway there. Okay, what else are we doing? Come on. What are we doing?
Barricade the door.
Barricade the door, okay? Are we gonna barricade the door? What's the first thing we should do to the door before we barricade it?
Lock it.
Yeah, lock it.
Yeah.
Half the time people barricade the door, the person walks right in, the door's right open, okay? I'm telling you, okay? I'm telling you, okay? Lock the door. Now, perfectly, this room is really good. If something happens, if somebody comes, it's a lot of doors for us to get out. But that how good the room is how bad the room is. Because there's a lot of doors to what? To cover and get in, okay? So we would try to move ourselves to another place if we could, but if we couldn't, and we were stuck in here, then that means every chair, every table is where?
Against the door.
Every door. Okay? Now we're hiding. Where should we hide in this room?
Somewhere with a door if you have one, right?
Okay, all of us are hiding. Where should we hide? So where should we hide? He said the closet. We all not gonna fit in that closet, okay? Because I know I'm taking up the room, okay? Okay. You go in the closet. Thanks a lot, sis. I would suggest we all get right here in the middle. Okay? If they're coming that way, then we need to kind of get somewhere. We need to try to hug a wall as best as possible and get as low as possible. And phones need to be what? Off. Not off. I need you all to be texting, but we don't need to be talking on the phones. People need to text. Let people say, I'm in the room, I'm here, and this yet you're still communicating. So you need to do that. Now, we're only doing this quick, so we're not going over, but this is some of the basic principles of a hide, okay? Yeah, lock the doors. What can we use in this room to hide? Every single thing that we have, okay? Everything, there's no wrong answer here. Well, there really was, that with your, with your button there, that wouldn't work, okay? Good job, Hyde, good job, Hyde. My fighters, come on, one on this side. Surrounded by beautiful ladies and one on this side, okay? Okay, somebody comes in there. Now we figured out, you know what, we can't run. We can't hide, now we gotta fight, okay? What are we gonna do? Oh. Okay. You win. Okay, we'll move on to you. Okay? No. What are we going to do? We got the doors barricaded. We're all in here. Half of us is nervous. The biggest guy is in here freaking, screaming for mama, okay? Okay? Yes. And the ladies are ready to fight. Most of the guys are trying to pull up the carpet to hide up under the carpet, okay? So what do? We have to fight.
I don't really know.
No, okay, good. You're not supposed to know because you're not doing this, okay? I'm telling you what we need to do is really, we need to come to a consensus that we need to fight, okay? And then once we come to a consensus that we need to fight, whoever's ready to fight, I'm gonna ask you this, what do we use to fight?
Everything.
Every single thing you have. And see, people don't understand that. That means every chair, every table, he's gonna get the flag, and then I'm gonna salute him. Everything is gonna happen. Everything in this room becomes a weapon. Now I'm gonna ask you something real important. How much force should we use? All of it. Excessive force. More force than actually they're bringing to us. Okay? That means when they come into the room and we all have chairs, as soon as that door opens, what happens? Every single chair in this room he hits in the head with, okay? Seriously. Now I'm asking, this is something really important. Let's talk about distance. If somebody's come in this room with a gun and we're all in this room, where should our bodies be placed? And this is very important. Say it. Closest to the door. I know that sounds scary. Yeah. That sounds real scary. I don't know about that. Okay, it sounds. But let me tell you, you do not want to have distance with a person with a gun. There's no win. Okay, you have the best shot you have is when that person enters that door to treat them very violently at that point of contact. Then any place else in this room, it's just too much space. I know that sounds scary, all right? But that's the time we live in. That's not to be scared, that's to be aware. Even if you never use any of these tactics, remember, you got a chance. First thing we need to do is what? Run, right? Second thing we need to do is what? Hide. And there's no fear of hiding. If you're in a cubicle and somebody comes and you're in an open space, if you can get under your desk and pull that chair close to that desk, that's exactly what you do, okay? And what? And then last thing, but we don't want to do it, but if we have to, we need to what? We need to fight, okay? We're not going to just give up our lives just on the house. We're going to fight, okay? Thank you, ladies. Thank you, fighters. She said, I don't know what to do. You look cute there, but okay. So that's the premise of run, hide, fight. I would tell everybody in this room, the best thing I can tell you to do if you have a weapon and you can carry a weapon, but you're at work. So we're going to treat it like a work setting, okay? The best thing we're going to always tell you to carry some pepper spray, okay? One shot police string pepper spray incapacitates a person for an hour and a half. You saw it before he left. He said he got three large ones and 3 wedges, and he got him a large pepper spray. This large pepper spray shoots 25 feet 30 times, okay? Now, I'm telling you, I endorse you get a pepper spray from anywhere. I don't care where you go get one, but this is where you don't go get one. You don't go to Walmart, Kmart, Circle K, Family Dollar, Dollar General, or God forbid the flea market to get pepper spray. You get murdered, okay? Yeah. Inside it'll say 10,000 Scoville heat units. 10,000 Scoville heat units is a jalapeno pepper mixed with water, okay? And the last thing you want to spray somebody my size, high on drugs, high on crack, high on anything with a jalapeno pepper mixed with water. Do you know what this, seriously, you know what this is? This is 3 million Scoville heat units. And let me tell you how it feels. Tie a person up and put them in the middle of the room. Get a gallon of gasoline and pour it on top of them. Let him sit in the gasoline for an hour and a half. About 20 minutes. Sucking the fumes. And right when he's about to pass out for sucking the fumes, get a match and throw it on top of him. That's how one shot feels. That's how it's supposed to feel. It's supposed to incapacitate the person. Let me tell you, my dad carried a gun for 25 years in New York City. It's not on tape, is it? Illegally. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Dad. Take it out. You know, now that he has arthritis, he can't shoot. He has a pepper spray. It took him a while to get used to carrying something, but he has to have something. Let me tell you, when I'm in New York, this is what I carry. This small pepper spray right here, this is the women's model, okay? Now people say, well, I don't like you say the women's model. But we continue to say it the women's model. You know why? Because it's smaller, and we like for a lady to carry it on their keychain. So even if you're going and you're showing a place to a potential buyer, before you open that door and let the person go in first. You don't keep going in first and let that person come behind you. Remember that, okay? When you come into a new place, any new home, your job when you come into the new home is to look at it for the what? Exits, okay? It's not your job. And I'm gonna tell you something. Do you know who gets attacked the most in realtors, with realtors? Men or women? Who do you think gets attacked the most? Men. Men. A man refuses to tell people where they're going. Okay, women usually say, girl, I'm going to go over here, see this, that. Hey, could you go? I'm going over here, I got it, and then go. And that's when you left it open. Do not do that. Let everybody know where you're at. Please do that. Now, somebody attacks you. What is the first thing I need you to do? We tell the ladies to carry this on their keychain or like a bungee. First thing they need to do is open this up, move it away, and spray the person. Now, I'm going to ask everybody in the room, when you have to spray a person, where do you spray a person at? Never the face.
The core.
Now, say it again?
The core.
The core of the body. Here, you can't miss this, okay? If you're too nervous, if you try to, look at my uncle when he just passed by. If you shoot him in the stomach, you can't miss him.
We love you too.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sit down, man. Aim for the stomach. If you aim for the face, the first thing the person is going to do is take their hand and they're going to swat it right out your hand. Okay? If you're nervous, you're at the gas pump. And you know, most of the time you'll be using this is probably getting gas or going in the parking lot and somebody coming up to you saying, can I have $1? And you're saying, no, I don't have $1. And they're insisting that you give them the $1. The first thing you need to do is let them see the pepper spray. A lady used to hide her pepper spray all the time. I said, you never hide your pepper spray. You always walk with your pepper spray in your hand, just like this. Why? You're letting the person know. Only people who are bothered that you have pepper spray is a person who wanted to do ill will to you, okay? If the person didn't want to do ill will to you, a pepper spray does not bother him. Does that make sense? Okay? Because it makes no... Now, I'm going to tell you a few things I need you to do. Ladies, I also need you with the pepper spray to make sure you understand there's 3 places you can't take this. It's for everybody. You can't take it in the courthouse. Okay? You cannot take this on the plane. If you take it on the plane, it needs to go in your luggage area. Okay? But you can take this all the way up the entire United States. And this is why I take mine. If I'm in Miami, I have one of these. If I'm in New York, no, that's not true. If I'm in New York, I have one of these. When I'm in Miami, I carry 2 of these. That's true. That's true. That's true. Yes, ma'am.
You carry in schools?
You're not supposed to. Okay? But let me tell you something. If you so happen to forget to have this in your bag and the active shooter comes in, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. As soon as the active shooter, you know he's coming, you know the hallway he's coming in, you take this and you open it up and you spray in the air and you leave. Guess what happens when he's walking through with his gun? Settles down and stops it immediately. We tell everybody in church, let me tell you, this one can actually eliminate 10 people in one spray. The only thing you can do is hold it down and spray everybody in their stomach. It goes through 3 layers of clothing. The person has to rip the clothing off. Yes. That's what we tell you. Don't get cheap pepper spray. Get police strength pepper spray. Remember, this is what they use in prisons, and this is what every police officer, remember, every time you see a police officer, he has what in his hand? A pepper spray, okay? You hear about shootings, but you will hear about maybe 300 more shootings a month without this. Seriously, okay? If you want to get pepper spray, here you can get them here. They're 15 and at 25. If you want to go somewhere else and get them, please go to only a police supply store or a shooting range. That's the only place to get them at. Now, do not get sticker shot. Something this size, just shoot 25 to 30 times. This will cost you about $45 to $60, okay? And something this size will cost you about $35 to $45. But think about it. People say that's a lot. You're putting your life in this thing's hand, okay? Remember, if you use the pepper spray and you get one from us, we tell you this. please just do us a favor. On the green sheet, look at the green sheet. My number's on there, the 446 number. Please mark it right now. You call that number, we send you one back for free. We sent back 297 pepper sprays in the last 3 years. But let me tell you, 297 of those incidents, 200 of the incidents were not with people, they were with dogs. Okay? The 446 number is my number, okay? Let me tell you, yeah, 200 incidents with a dog. Let me tell you, that's so strong. If you spray a dog in the face, you will kill it instantly. Okay? I'm a dog lover. Please don't do that. Okay? If a dog attacks you, this is what you do. You put it in your hand and you spray a line. The thing about that pepper spray, you'll always know when you spray it, because when you spray it, it projects a orange gel. Okay? So you can see exactly when you can mark your area. Mark the area the dog can't come through. Remember, dogs don't have sweat glands. Everything works through a dog's mouth. It'll stop the dog instantly. Okay? This is all crime prevention. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna tell you some more stuff about crime prevention because we have a few more minutes and I'm gonna get you done. Is this cool for y'all? Okay, I'm gonna say, I need everybody in this room to understand, we just talked about cyber crimes. Everybody in this room need to be aware, when you have clients, you need to be talking to them about that. When somebody stole my identification 8 years ago, in less than 1 month, they had $121,000 that I did not own, okay? Had 6 warrants for my arrest. And they had just cashed a check at Staples for $20,000. I'm serious, it's crazy. And they took my 401k. They did all this in a month and a half. Okay? Where did they get my information from? They got my information out of my garbage. Okay? Out of my garbage. Man, 8 years ago, we talked about this before, and we're going to bring it up really quick and talk about it right now. Everybody needs to understand, you need to check your credit once a year. Please do not go to freecreditreport.com. Do not go to freecreditreport.com. It's a scam. I need everybody to open up this brown sheet real quick. And on the brown sheet, this is where you get your free credit report, right here, okay? It says, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Make sure you tell your clients and take a few of these for your clients, okay? This is not just for me, this is for you all to take. This is all from the Federal Trade Commission. Take as much paperwork as you need to take for your clients, okay? And then it shows that you care. And if you need us to order you some more, we'll do that, okay? And we'll have it here for your next meeting. Okay, the first one you need to get is Experian. Why you need to get Experian first? Because Experian has already been compromised, okay? You need to get that. You need to pull your credit report and you need to check your credit report, okay? You need to TransUnion and Equifax. Do never get your credit reports all at one time. All your credit reports should be done every 4 months, okay? When they got my information, they got my information out of my garbage. And in my garbage, there's a thing called pre-approved. Something pre-approved, like a pre-approved credit card, pre-approved loan, pre-approved anything. Every time you get something pre-approved, the first thing I need you to do is shred it. Shred everything. Because what I didn't know, when you open the envelope, in the envelope there's a return to sender envelope. The return to sender envelope at the bottom of it has a coding, okay? That coding has all of your credit information on the pre-approved anything you get, okay? And I left it in the garbage. They went into my garbage. They downloaded the app on the phone. They scanned the phone and they had all of my credit information right like that, okay? When they went to my garbage, when police helped me out, I had 12 items in the garbage that gave all my information out. Okay? That garbage is dangerous, okay? If you have anything medical, I'm gonna tell everybody in this room, this is the thing, there's so many medical scams going on. Do I have a medical scam? Healthcare scams, make sure you get this one. And it's telling you about the barcodes and everything medical. Every time you get any medication, make sure you take that bottle and you scrape off every number on the medication. You can leave your name on it, but that number, that 99000, that on the spine of that needs to be scraped off. That has all of your medical information on it. All of it, okay? Now, if you have the allergic reaction sheet, you know every time you get medicine, they have an allergic reaction sheet attached to it, right? The allergic reaction sheet, now they put barcodes in the spine of the allergic reaction sheet. So if they scan it, all of your medical information will pop up on the phone. I'm telling you, I told my dad, looked in his garbage, he had the allergic reaction sheet in the garbage. I said, Dad, why do you keep doing that? He said to me, you're the one who's been scammed, not me. Leave me alone, okay? Well, okay. So I went to the garbage, I got my phone, I scanned it, boop, all of his medication popped up. This is what happened. Date of birth, Social Security, and all the medication he takes in order in which he takes the most. His number one medication he takes the most would be Viagra, okay? And I said it in front of everybody during Thanksgiving. He is still hot at me right now, okay? I don't care, stop playing with me, okay? Stop playing with me, I'm nothing to play with. Don't play with me, grown man, okay? No, he tried to kill me, I'm lying. Let me tell you, okay, I'm gonna run some scams real quick and I'm gonna move on. Okay, I told you about the healthcare scam, the tech support scams. Microsoft will never call you to help you with your computer because they want your computer to break, so you have to buy a new one. Remember that. Remember the 3 rules. 3 rules. Never get scammed. Remember the 3 rules. There was alluding to it earlier. Anything incoming you don't take. Incoming phone call, incoming email, incoming text. If it comes to you, you do not take it. That's how you don't get scammed. If they call you and say they're the IRS, what do? You hang up. Now I'm gonna ask you, what age group is the most prone to IRS scams?
Seniors.
Huh?
Seniors.
Absolutely not. 18 to 25.
Really?
Right. Seniors should already know that IRS ain't doing it. That's on them. Okay? Okay? Well, a kid from 18 to 25 who just start paying taxes has no clue that they won't come. Okay? Online dating. Now, I want you to get this one for ages 55 and up. That is one of the biggest things going on right now. Okay? Online dating. Now, this is what you do. When you come in and get the paperwork, I want you to get one of everything. Okay? So if somebody sees you picking up the online dating, and they look at you, and you look at them, and you say, it's not for me, it's for what? A friend, okay? Remember that, okay? Okay. Moving on. The money wiring scams. Now, don't get mad at me. If you're not from Nigeria, you have not won the Nigerian lotto, right? Stop sending money to Nigeria, okay? Paying too much, the grandma-grandpa scam runs like this. Grandma-grandpa, we're in a Mexican prison. If you don't send us $2,500 in the next half an hour, we'll be locked up for the next 10 years. Last year, 10,000 people sent the money out. Now, what do we know about scams? If 10,000 people called and said they did it, what does that really mean? That means really over 20,000 people did it, because usually when people get scammed, they don't tell anybody, okay? Now, how do they get the information? They got the information on Facebook. Stop letting your grandkids and great-grandkids put the information on Facebook, such as this. Nana, we'll miss you while you're in Michigan for the next 3 weeks. You just told every single person you're not gonna be what? Home for the what? Next 3 weeks. I'm telling you, stop it, okay? Get this information. Now the last scam I'm gonna run, I'm gonna move on from the scam, will be the obituary scam, which is really big in the area. How does the obituary scam run? What's today's date? The 5th, so it's 5 or 6? 5. 5, 6, or 6-5? 6-5, 2018, right? Every person who dies today, the criminals, when they get the obituaries, they're gonna stack them up, they're gonna leave them. They're not gonna touch them, they're gonna wait till next year. They're gonna go back to the obituaries today, and then they're gonna start opening up a line of credit for every person who died today. Listen, yeah, everybody like that. Everybody, you got stimulated. Y'all too many criminals in this room. Okay, I'll leave that alone, okay? Everybody write it down. I swear to God, I'll get you. If a person dies in your family, it's your duty and your obligation to send a death certificate into the 3 credit bureaus. Listen, if you don't send a death certificate into the 3 credit bureaus, guess what the 3 credit bureaus don't know? Right. A person that's died in your family for the last 5 years, you need to stop what you're doing, get a death certificate, and send it to the 3 credit bureaus listed right here. When my aunt died last year in September, thank you for reminding me. In September, by Christmas, she had $26,000 worth of credit. Yeah. Okay. Moving right along. I'm gonna kick you over. Talking about my dead auntie. Okay. Let me tell you something. We're gonna move to the number. I'm moving it around, so it's really the number 3, but we're moving to number 2. I need you to be careful at the gas pumps. A lot of robberies happening at the gas pumps. Automobile robberies is huge. Okay, people are jumping in cars. Called a group called sliders, and this is what the sliders do. While you're pumping your gas, 2 carloads of young men jump out their car, into your car, back in their car, and they drive off. They do it all the time, and you all travel all the time. As soon as you get out the car, what's the first thing you need to do? No. A young lady called me and said, young man, did you not tell me when I got out the car and they locked my door? I said, it was me. She said, young man, did you not tell me when I got out the car and they locked my door? I said, man, it was me, I told you that. She said, you didn't tell me they take my keys with me. And I said, what? She said, you didn't tell me they take my keys. I said, ma'am, that's automatic, you should have took your keys with it. She said, you taught the class, did you tell me that? I said, no, ma'am. She said, good, I have a bill for you for $89. I said, ma'am, I'm not paying it. I refuse to pay it. She said, she locked the keys in the car. I said, ma'am, I'm not paying it. She called me 39 times. Guess what I did? I paid it. Okay, I paid it. I paid the 39. I paid the $89. I'm telling everybody in this room, I can't pay it by $89. When you get out the car, first thing you need to do is what? Take your keys with you. But listen clearly. If you have a key fob, okay, do not hold your key fob up in the air. Why? They have key fob readers that can completely read your fob, okay? So when you have your key fob, I need you to hold your key fob down between you and the car, or take your finger and lock the door. That's it. Okay? Now, ladies, with your key fob, you need to know on your key fob there's a emergency a panic button on your key fob. You need to start using it more. If somebody's coming up to you, why are you talking to them? Just hit the panic button on the key fob. Make that key fob a friend of yours. Don't have it at the bottom of your purse. It does you no good at the bottom. Like a pepper spray does you no good at the bottom of your purse. If somebody comes attacking you, you got the pepper spray at the bottom of your purse. You can't do this. Hold on a second. It doesn't work like that. Everything needs to be in your hand. I'm not trying to be funny. That's for real, okay? Everything needs to be in your hands, ready to rock and roll. So somebody comes up to you, don't talk to them. Do what? Hit the panic button on your key fob. But I also want you to do this. Take the key fob to bed with you. I said something about bed. Everybody got quiet. Okay, listen. Take the key fob to bed with you. Why? If somebody comes in your house, the best thing you can ever do if your alarm system doesn't work is do what? Hit the panic button on your key fob. It's the best alarm you can ever have in your house. People go, oh, yes, really. Don't have that key in the other room. Have it right there by the bed. Especially if you're in the house by yourself. Take it, bring it, and it works, okay? Now, Department of Transportation told us to beg and tell you, stop driving through waters of unknown depth. We talked about this before. Stop driving through waters of unknown depth. That means when you're driving, I need everybody to notice, the white and yellow line on every road in this country is designed to reflect 18 inches of water. We talked about this before. People are still drowning, okay? People are still, why? They're not paying attention. If you can't see the white and yellow line, 18 inches of water is covering the road. If you allow your car to go over 18 inches of water, what happens to your car automatically? Give me the technical word for it. Floats. You cute, but. Hydroplane. That's the word. Hydros, water, plane means fly. Two bad words that mix a car. It takes off. Once it takes off, it hits the ditch. Remember, we have nothing but retention ponds all around here, okay? And they're almost 25 feet deep. When you go into the retention pond, the water fills up and hits the engine. Remember, you don't have roll-down windows anymore. So now your car becomes an instant coffee now. An instant coffee. Please go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, go to Big Harbor Freight. Get a way to cut yourself out your car. When he was just talking about it earlier, I'm going to employ you to do something. Don't use razors and don't use hammers, what people are using, okay? Some people say, well, you know, they got the big knives in the pocket, but if you're knocked out and that knife is in your pocket, it does nobody any good in that car, okay? I'm gonna show you something from AAA Motors. What does this do? It does three things. It breaks the window, it cuts you out of your seat, and it has a light. You need all three things. Why? Because usually this is gonna happen at night, okay? First thing I need you to not do is break the window. As soon as a person gets nervous, the first thing they wanna do is what? Break the window, because they wanna get out. But if you break that window first, guess what happens? The water comes in and hits your body. Guess what happens when the water hits your body? Shock. It puts you in shock. Wonderful. That's not wonderful, but then it's wonderful answer, okay? I don't want that to happen. What I need you to do is pull this off. This has a self-encased razor blade. The old one had a button. We had them a few years before we started coming here, and the razor would pop out. And guess what people was doing with that razor? They're cutting themselves wide open. Especially we had the one instance when they cut the baby. Take that off. Okay. Now it has a self-encased razor blade. So no matter what I do, it doesn't cut me. Because nothing works good in a crisis like that. So you feed, you cut, you feed, you cut. Then before you're nervous, you make sure everybody in the car is cut out first. Then you seal this, and then you break the window. How do you break a window? Side, side, middle. I'll say it again. If you're gonna break a window, side, side, middle. Not hacking at the window. It's not gonna break, okay? Once you do that, then if you don't have to break that window, please don't break that window. Break the back window or the sunroof. But you need to have a light. Because remember, when that car goes out, there will be no light in that car, okay? Now, I gave one of these to my mother. I thought this was a great gift. Gave one to all 6 of my sisters. They all called me back and said, why did you send me such a cheap gift, okay? I thought this was a good gift. But remember, people do not think about safety products until what? Something happens, okay? Now, when I gave this to my mother, she was so nice, she put this in the trunk of her car. Okay? I said, Mom, why is this in the trunk of your car? She said, if we have an accident, shut up, your dad will get us out. I left it alone, okay? Now, I graduated and then she put it in the trunk of her car, in the glove compartment. But let me tell you everybody about a car. If you have a car and you have an accident and your car is tilted in a forward position, guess what your seatbelt won't do? It won't release you. Remember that. okay? It will not release you. Only thing you need to do is make sure you have this in the mid console or the side console. You take it out, you cut everybody out, then you move. If you want to get these, you can go to AAA Motors. AAA is one of our sponsors. If you want to go to AAA, they have them there. They're at 35 at AAA. We have 20 here at the program. We had these last time for you guys. We had cases in here. Again, when I sent one of these, all 6 of my sisters, they didn't like it. They didn't like it. My sister had a head-on collision like 4 years ago when after I sent it to her. The drunk driver cut her out the seat, left her on the side of the road, and left. She's still alive. He took this with him too, okay? But she's still alive, okay? You know what I'm saying? But remember, then she called me and said, oh, I'm alive. I can tell by your voice. And then she said, send me another one of those silver thingies again. No problem. Let me tell you, I don't care how you get one. I don't care where you get one. I'm telling you, the best ones we have dealt with has been these because they're completely waterproof and it's stainless steel and they last, okay? And have a wonderful life. If you want to get them here at the program, we have them here. If you want to go to AAA, like I said, they're like $30, $35 at AAA. But I don't care where you go. You can go to Lowe's, you can go to Home Depot, you can get something like that. They run from $10 to $45, okay? You make sure you get something for your car, okay? Moving right along, because I'm about to finish up. I want to be mindful. If you have family coming down to visit, you know we've had a rash of motel kick-ins, okay? We talked about that last time, and these just keep rising. When your family stays at motels, you see, that's what he said, let me get those door kick-ins. I'm telling you. If you have family and they're coming to visit, tell them it's better for them to stay anywhere than a place that you pull up, you get out of your car, and you go into the room. You do not stay there, okay? That's 100% kick-ins, okay? Do not stay there, okay? You want to stay somewhere with a front desk, lobby, and a hallway. Again, so you want to stay somewhere with a front desk, lobby, and a hallway. And let me tell you, I don't care how good this is. You put it to the door, you hit it. Once you up scared a criminal way. I don't care how good it is, it doesn't work if you don't use it. Okay? I had the same tool in the Bahamas. My wife told me, please put this to the door. I said, we're in the Bahamas, woman, ain't nobody gonna rob us. Went and took a shower, in less than a minute, somebody kicked the door in. Only thing that saved us, I'm telling you, only thing that saved us is that she had a coffee pot in her hand, and when they kicked the door in, she took the coffee pot, hit her, cut him across his face, bloodshot everywhere. When I came out the shower like this, it was blood everywhere, coffee pot in her hand, this in her other hand. She looked at me, and the only thing she said was, say, because he just told me to put it up there, okay? Man, I didn't know that was gonna happen. And guess who robbed us? The funniest thing, guess who robbed us? The hotel manager. He had about 9 rooms, and we was in the 10th room. They had 1 room, okay? Yes, man, okay? I thought I was getting a good deal. It wasn't a good I missed out, okay? Let me tell you, if you want to get these, now I can tell you what we also use these for. My grandfather has Alzheimer's. We use it for the front and back door so he can't sneak out. It works perfectly for him, right? Perfectly. Now my niece away at college, she loves these. She loves them. That's bad on low. She loves them. If you have a nephew in college, don't get him one. He won't use it. He won't. Okay. But if you have a niece, you know we have more registered college campuses in the last 2 years than we've ever had in the history of the country. I just told you when I left here, I just left what? A college from doing the young ladies. I did a whole room full of young ladies to teach them. Yes, sir.
True story testimonial on that exact item. Purchased that item from you or one of your associates. Took that on a trip to South America. Put it on the inside of my door at the hotel. When the maid was attempting to get into the room and I was still in bed, that thing went off. Not only scared the shit out of her, but it scared the hell out of me too.
Yeah! Yes! Yeah, somebody said, that's bad. No, it's not. That's what you want. You don't want somebody running up on you when you're in a room. Thank you, sir. And that's what happened. If you want to get these, you can get these on streetwise.com. Look online. They have a lot of these on streetwise.com. They're $45 at streetwise.com. You can go to AAA Motors. AAA also have them at $35. If you want to get them at the program, we have them here for $25. If your door goes inward, they work perfectly. If your door goes outward, they don't work at all, okay? I'm telling you right now, okay? They don't work at all. Let me tell you something. It is so big that you make sure that you keep yourself safe. I'm telling you. I want to make sure everybody in this room understands the importance of that. When we talk about pepper sprays and things like that, I want to make sure that you know that you can't have a better protection for yourself. I'm telling you. If you carry a gun, still get you a pepper spray. Why? You're able to fend the person off with the pepper spray, and you can hold them that big with the gun, and you don't have to discharge that gun. Remember, discharging that gun changes not only his life, but it changes your life dramatically. Okay. Now, if you have have to shoot, then you do so. Okay? And I'm gonna tell somebody in this room, and I tell everybody across TV land, when you shoot with the true shot. I'll say that. Okay? A lot of people are using wasp spray now in their cars, okay? Wasp spray is the big thing people like to use. I'm telling you, wasp spray actually works really good, to be honest with you, okay? Wasp spray, when it hits the person's eye, it eats the retina out completely. Done. Done. The person's completely blind. Done. Finished, okay? I would tell you, if you want to, but you gotta be careful. Once you use that wasp spray, please come up to you and say, what happened with that wasp spray? Why did you use the wasp spray? You better not say this. You better not say, I knew somebody had some robberies in my area, so I got me some wasp spray to protect myself. Guess what? You just made yourself legally liable for those person's eyes for the rest of your life, okay? If you spray that wasp spray and they ask you what happened, the only thing that can come out your mouth is, I was spraying for wasps in my house. He came through my window and he got sprayed, because that's a weapon of opportunity, not something that you premeditated and did. You can't do that, okay? Now look at the green sheet, because we're almost done. We're kind of done. Look at the green sheet, and we'll talk about a few things, and then we're done. I got 2 minutes. Ask me some questions.
Website?
Yes. You don't want to order nothing on the website. You can check that out. It should be on there. It's not.
Next batch will have it on.
It should be on there. But you don't need to. You know, if you want to get in touch with me, this is the number to go. So 446 number. Just put Professor Bachman on there, and you can get in touch with me. That's my number. 446 number. We do any group. Now, the white sheets is very important. That's the sheet you're graded with. Listen clearly. I know Brian used my joke, and I'm going to use it again. Anything less than excellent, you will leave the grade blank. I will take care of the grade later, okay? I need a good grade, okay? But what's most important is it's some referrals. This is how we keep this going. We do these free of charge. Please, the referrals keep us going. If you know this group will benefit any groups, we do homes, we do any group, okay? More than 10 people, we come and do them. We do this free of charge. If you want to get any of your product, we do checks, cash, or credit. Reminding me, I see he's still doing this like this. If you want it, he's over there, he has the products. I can tell you, if you want to get the flashlight, it's $20. Remember, if you're going to get the flashlights, it should only be in the middle console or the side console, not the glove compartment, and definitely not the trunk of your car. Please break the glass like this, in your hand, side to side. These make great stocking stuffers for your family members. If you're going to give this to anybody in your family, make sure you tell them this clearly. Do not break the window first, because the first thing everybody wants to do is what? Break the window first, okay? Everybody wants to do that, okay? Don't do that. The large pepper sprays, I would say for the men, this is the best thing to carry, but personally, I carry the small ones because it makes it easy for me to have, okay? And the small ones, remember ladies, this is 10 feet, okay? Probably from here to here. 30-mile-an-hour wind. The reason why I tell you 30-mile-an-hour wind, every cheap pepper spray you will get, once you shoot it, if the wind is blowing, it's going to hit you right back in your face, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, real quick for you guys, if you have family, when you're selling a home, remind them that most places that people break into will be the sliding glass door. Remember that, to tell them that. Most times houses are robbed will be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's when people rob the houses the most, not at night, okay? If they're gonna get an alarm system, remember, if it's a monitoring system, that it will only last, once the alarm goes off, it'll take up to 20 to 30 minutes for the police to get to your home, 15 minutes tops. If a person's going to break in your house, they will only be in your house 3 to 8 minutes. If someone's going to be in your house, every house should make sure that you have it. Big dog, little dog, I don't care if you own the dog for $1. Guess what? You own the dog. 78% of criminals said they've never robbed a house with a dog sign. Get yourself a dog sign. The safest thing you could possibly do. Now look at the sheet to see if I miss anything. Did I miss anything? Okay, one question I gotta ask. Did y'all enjoy the program?
Yeah.
Was this informative? Yes, ma'am.
How a cell phone can save your life.
Oh, 2 things. I would tell everybody, especially ladies in this room, you need to do 2 things with your cell phone. You need to make sure that your cell phone, you know how to call your cell phone without talking. I will tell you this again. There's ways you can, like for my cell phone, I can hit my button 5 times, and then 5 times it automatically makes a call to the police. Okay? So everybody in this room, you can go online, go to YouTube, make up your phone and make a phone call without speaking. Okay? Remember, we had a young lady just got pulled in the bushes maybe a month and a half ago, and the guy was trying to rape her. And she hit the phone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the whole time they heard the whole conversation, they knew where she was at, they was able to ping her and get right there before anything happened. Okay? Especially with you, because somebody grabs you fast, you're not gonna have time to speak. So everybody in this room should know how to make a call, emergency call, without speaking. Okay, and the most majority of everybody's phone has it. All the other like snazzy phones. Okay, just a few of y'all don't have them. Okay, but majority of everybody in the room has a little snazzy phone. So my phone, if I hit my phone 5 times, it'll automatically call the police department. Okay, so but I had to rip my phone up for them. Any other questions? Remember, all the paperwork is ma'am.
I just wanted to say something. I have my father-in-law's car, and he had that little thing in there where you break the window and the seatbelt. I didn't know what it was. My husband told me, and I said, and it was in the glove compartment, you know. And I told him too, I said, you gotta put something around there like I can see it in the dark, because even if you put it in the middle, if it had some neon.
You know what a lot of people are doing? They're getting pieces of Velcro and they're putting the Velcro, because you know it's costs $1, and they're putting it on the side of the door and then having it attached right there on the thing. So even if the car flips, you can pull it right off, okay? But I'm gonna tell you, inside of that glove compartment, it will do you absolutely no good. Because remember, once your car is tilted, the seatbelt will lock you in. So no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to pull that out. I'm telling you this. Yes, ma'am.
If you have an iPhone, you go to settings, emergency SOS, and click it to the on switch.
Hello. Okay, I'm telling you, everybody should know how to do that, okay? Especially, remember, you also work independently a lot. So if somebody snatches you, you better hit that phone real quick. A few things, when you get out your car, you know, you put your foot up on something and it's not the ground, you get back in your car and drive off. Okay? Okay? Because what they're doing is putting sheets down, plastic down on the car. When you come and get out your car, they'll take a razor and try to cut the heel, back of your heel, or they'll take their hand and sweep your feet, you drop to the floor, roll you up like a burrito, snatch. So remember, you're in the 6'5", 6 slave capital of the world right now. Okay? Yes, you are. Tampa's number 1, Orlando's number 3, and Miami's number 8. If you want to get any of the products we have here, if you don't want to get anything else, please come get some paperwork. The white sheets I must have back. That's my grade. Please give me a grade and a referral. Yes, sir. Pepper spray is good for exactly 2 full years, okay? 2 full years. You can take pepper spray anywhere in the entire United States, okay? Take it everywhere. Somebody said, no, you can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. As long as it's that size. Anything larger than that, larger than those 2, you can't take it. But now, if you take it on a plane, you must put it in your luggage. And if you're going to send it to somebody as a gift, you need to make sure you take a piece of tape, put it over the top, and send it, okay? You don't have to do that with anything else, but for the pepper spray there, you have to do that. Now, did everybody enjoy the program? Yeah. Can I get an applause or something? Yeah. Wow, stingy. Show me some love. Thank y'all for having me. You're a wonderful audience, and I will see you all next year. Thank you so much. Bye.